Thank you guys for watching Keep Pounding TV. I got one quick question.
Screen!
You
can't stop me! Fumble!
love the Carolina Panthers
We did it! We did it!
like I love the Carolina Panthers.
Ah!
Yo, my cool cats, put your paws in there if you rock with the big cat. Today, we're talking about ESPN First Take. We're doing a reaction video. Ryan Clark and Max Kellerman debate whether or not Cam Newton will be a MVP caliber candidate this year. But first, one quick question. Do you like the Carolina Panthers? Yes? No? Maybe? One more day to preseason. Do you like the Carolina Panthers? If you like the Carolina Panthers, give it down! Let's talk about it. If you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe. Click the notification bell so you don't miss the video. Let's go ahead and get into this, man. I don't know why they won't let him be great. Why won't they let him be great? Let's hear what they got to say, y'all. I'm interested.
You think he will win another MVP before it's all said and done?
I don't think he'll win another MVP.
Already out of his motherfucking mouth, he's hating. Golly. He said he don't believe that he can't be a candidate. Now, obviously, he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because he used to play with them. But, you know, I'm not surprised that he got something negative to say already. But that's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut him off so early. But I had to let him know he's hating already.
But I do think he'll progress and be a better quarterback than we've ever saw Cam Newton be. Now, listen, MVP comes with a lot of things, right? They want you to have the right numbers. They want your team to win a certain amount of games and be in the hunt to host playoff games. And so all of these things matter. And when Cam was able to do that, he passed well, but he kind of passed just as well early on in the season before he was injured that last year. But he ran the ball. There were 10 touchdowns. He was the guy who was the big short yardage back or short yardage runner for the Carolina Panthers. He can't be that anymore. And he said it. I don't have to be Superman. I can't be Superman. I can't take these type of hits. So what has Ron Rivera, what has the Carolina Panthers done? You got Norv Turner. And if you go back to early last year, it's Christian McCaffrey, it's Curtis Samuel, it's DJ Moore. There are all these guys who are built the same. They're very dynamic, explosive after the catch, guys that will give Cam Newton easy throws. And that was the way this offense was ran. It actually looked like watching Ohio State or watching the Oklahoma Sooners. And that's the type of team this is going to be. It's going to be a controlled Cam. It's going to be a Cam that makes easy throws from the pocket, finding the right guys, using the creativity that you've created by drafting correctly around the quarterback that is your franchise guy. And so for me, it's never going to be the gaudy numbers. You're not going to get the Patrick Mahomes numbers. And we've seen, even in years where Andrew Luck can throw for 39 or 40 touchdowns, it's still hard to win the MVP. And if Cam Newton can't do it by using his legs, he can't use it by using this body like we've never seen at the quarterback position before, I don't necessarily know if he wins another. I don't think he wins another MVP. But
So right off back, man, okay, he has some valid points. You know, Cam Newton has already admitted that, hey, he cannot play this Superman character that he's made up to be, okay? He can't go out there, and I said this a million times, he can't go out there cartwheeling, diving for first down and 5 in the first quarter when the game is not on the line. He has to be a lot smarter when it comes to choosing and picking and when it's time to be physical. If it's 4-quarter game on the line, yeah, you may have to take a dive. But I disagree with him. He's saying that Cam Newton's going to be more of a controlled kind of Cam Newton and less kind of freestyle X-Factor Cam Newton. He's wrong. This guy has not watched Carolina Panthers football. Cam is who Cam is, and I said this a million times. In order for him to go out there and ball out, he has to be born to be wild. He has to be that. He has to be that. Now, let me retract my statement. He has to be controlled to a certain extent. What I mean by controlled to a certain extent, be smart about it. Not first down and 5 in the first quarter doing flips and bips. Not first down and 10 in the second quarter flips and dips. When the fourth quarter comes on, if you got to get bumped and bruised to get it, you got to get it. But to say that he's not going to be MVP caliber because he's not going to throw for 4,000 yards, he's not going to... Listen, I've seen people throw for 4,000 yards not win a Super Bowl. So what are you saying? This guy made it to the Super Bowl without being thrown for 4,000 yards. If I stand corrected, I think it's 3,800 yards he threw that 15 years. Somebody looked that up for me. But for them to say that he got to have these big, huge numbers to make Super Bowl, obviously he doesn't watch football for Carolina Panthers football, and obviously he's rooting against them, and obviously he's partially correct, okay? So I'm not going to take it all the way away from partially correct. Let's get back into this.
Do think he becomes a better quarterback and a more productive quarterback for the Carolina Panthers.
It's amazing because your preparation on this topic is almost precisely mine. Your analysis is almost precisely mine, and our conclusions are completely different.
Which means you're almost as smart.
Cam Newton was not only the MVP and led his team to the Super Bowl, but was voted by his peers the #1 player in the NFL not all that long ago. And Stephen A. Smith and I were arguing there's an elite quarterback, and I'm like, the dude is almost Mickey Mantle once upon a time. Like, he is the new big thing in American team sports. Choked in the Super Bowl. I'm not talking about the press conference. Dive on the ball, Cam.
Diving on the ball shit. When they going to let that go? When you going to let that go? It ain't like we blow a 28-point lead. Here we go with this diving on the ball shit. He made a mistake, okay? All right? He made a mistake. Jeez, man, let it go. Let it go. 28-3.
Game's on the line. Dive on the ball. I don't forget that too easy. And the next year wasn't quite the same. And the after last year, and this is what I mean by our analysis of the situation. You bring in Norv Turner and Christian McCaffrey. Do you know Christian McCaffrey would be my favorite running back if it wasn't for Saquon Barkley? He's little Saquon Mini. McCaffrey, like, I don't know if Saquon.
Did you just see him disrespect Christian McCaffrey? He just called Christian McCaffrey Saquon Mini. How blasphemous, how disrespectful is that? Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the NFL, and there's no doubt about it. Okay? Christian McCaffrey and Cam Newton both had a torn up offensive line last year. Nobody wants to mention that. All we want to mention is Cam Newton got his shoulder hurt. Do you know why he got his shoulder hurt? Because we were playing Patch Adams with our offensive line. But we don't want to mention that. We just want to mention that. And Christian McCaffrey is the beast. Don't ever call him no damn Mini. If anything, Saquon want to be like Christian McCaffrey. Put Christian McCaffrey. Now listen, I get it. He has that, he got Eli Manning for a quarterback. God bless him. He's playing with a 12-year-old, or he's playing with Benjamin Button at the New York Giants quarterback. I get that. He's playing with David Gettleman and his psychotic delusion of grandeur when it comes to putting pieces on the team, thinking they're going to work out on their offensive line. So I get it. But don't ever disrespect CMC is a great. They sleeping on us so hard. So hard.
Saquon didn't exist, we would look at McCaffrey differently. Like even compared to Gurley and Zeke, he's a little differently talented than those guys. It's a little like more jump off the screen, but Saquon exists, and it's the same thing, only more, so people kind of overlook McCaffrey. But he's been doing this since college. And the idea that, well, he can't really run between the tackles. Christian McCaffrey can do every single thing there is to do. He can just also catch balls and do all these other things. So that was the whole thing with this team. Like, you need a more.
If you guys didn't catch my video a while back, I said Christian McCaffrey between weeks 12 and week 15, he was actually ranked as a top 15 receiver. What can you say? What can you say? What can you say? What can you say about that? A running back between week 12 and 15, he was actually a top 15 receiver? He's not the best. Do your research, people. Do your research. I promise you, Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley, all these physical, big, bulky power backs will not last as long as Christian McCaffrey will. All these injuries, look at Todd Gurley already getting dinged up in the playoff. I'm telling you guys, what more can I say? But you choose to sleep on him. Okay. You choose to sleep on him. You choose to sleep on Cam Newton. Okay. That's fine. You got your opinion. You're a Cowboys fan, LA Rams fan, whatever. Okay. I'm not wasting my breath. Too expensive.
Imaginative offense. You bring in North Turner. You need a running game. They got McCaffrey. So now Cam got the tools. And what happened last year before he got hurt? He was in the MVP conversation. I'm not making this up. Like, I wonder if one day we just saw him do it, Ryan. And the fact that he is not going to play as physically, and hopefully he's better protected, means actually going forward he's probably less likely to get hurt than he would otherwise be. He had that comeback against the Eagles. He beat up on the Ravens, and then it kind of all fell apart for him because he couldn't throw the ball down the field anymore. So I agree it depends on his shoulder. But I am here to tell you, the Panthers are one of my sleeper picks, along with the Jags this upcoming season in the NFL. They could surprise a lot of people. Cam Newton, if he can stay healthy, can be an MVP candidate as soon as this season. Guys, listen, you bring up, well, he's going to have a lot of easy throws. He's not going to.
Have I not said that? Have I not said if he stay healthy, he's going to be the man? He's going to be tough to beat. I said that. Now, one thing I got to agree with Ryan and Clark is we do run a kind of college zone read offense. I said all this before. It's a controlled offense. It's a scale back, more kind of a calculator offense. Cam Newton needs that. Cam Newton needs a calculator offense. See, what Cam Newton got himself in trouble in the past is he goes out here and he freestyles on plays that were designed to be passed. Okay, so he goes out here, they're pass protecting, stuff doesn't break down, somebody's not getting open, he takes off running and he gets dinged up real bad. If we can scale that back, make it more of a college-style offense, zone read, make him use his brain. Okay, if this guy closes down, then you fake it, you keep it. If this guy stays wide, you give it. That kind of, if we can get those kind of more controlled, calculated runs, scramble, takeoff, we're going to be just fine. He's just as much of a threat as Patrick Mahomes, who could throw for 5,000 yards, or Tom Brady, who's clutching down the stretch, all that goodness. Don't be disrespectful now. If you don't like the man because he dabs and, he's very animated, then that's your business. But let's not talk about, the fact that he can't be this and he can't throw for 1,000,000 yards and his team got to be perfect. He got to wear a suit. He got to have a box fade with a taper on it in order for him to win championship MVP. I don't want to hear that. I don't.
Baker Mayfield, before he got Freddie Kitchens, they're always tight windows, right? As soon as Kitchens comes in, everyone's open. His numbers went way up. Second half of the season, he was kind of like an MVP type player. Jared Goff, all season long, everyone's open. As a result, regular season, is Jared Goff an MVP? You're making it sound like if you got a bunch of guys schemed open, you're not in the MVP conversation. It's the opposite.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when we view Cam Newton and when you see Cam Newton, it's not about the passing statistics, right? It's about what he can do and the way he can affect the entire game like no other quarterback can. Even the year he won the MVP, we weren't looking at him and saying, you know what, he is just passing the ball so well and playing from the pocket so well, which it was a good year for him, but it was the intangibles. It was the other things that he brings to the game that he can't do anymore, that you can't put him in physical peril every week to be your short yardage
back. But what
back.
I'm saying is he can't evolve. In other words, like, what if this is the scenario? And I don't think this is far-fetched. What if it is the numbers? In other words, he does put up big numbers. He's putting up good numbers early in the season. And they win. And in high leverage moments, because it's not like he's never going to be physical. He's a physical guy still. In high leverage moments, he leaves us with memories, with like iconic moments of big physical play. That's an MVP.
But that's a lot of ifs. I'm saying that changes for us as this game goes along. I'm saying that this becomes more about Christian McCaffrey.
Now, I got to disagree with Max here. Max is saying that he's going to put up a bunch of big numbers and then he's going to have a bunch of clutch performances like, those memorable performances, like when he had that big run against Minnesota, also where he had that slam dunk against Atlanta, those kind of memorodic plays and stuff like that. Listen, Cam Newton's not going to be that. Cam Newton's going to be a precision guy. Watch what I say. And listen, accuracy and precision are two words that haven't went with Cam Newton for a long time. But this year is special. North Turner is special. For a long time, we have not had offensive line. For a long time, we have not had quick receivers. These quick scat back kind of receivers are perfect for Cam Newton. Look at 2015, Corey Brown, you know what I mean? We had Ted Ginn, these kind of receivers that could get open and create space with their speed. Now go back from there, you had Kelvin Benjamin, Devin Funches, guys who were tall and could catch these high throw passes, but took them a long time to get off the block, or they had drop issues. We had offensive line issues, but this year is different. Cam Newton doesn't have to throw for 1,000,000 yards. Get that out your mind. Okay, if it happens, it happens. I wouldn't be surprised it's happened. He's godly gifted like that. But the odds of that happening like that, it is more likely than not, given the fact that he's coming off a shoulder injury. He's going to be like, dare I say, Tom Brady. Tom Brady will pick you apart with the dink and dunk, the dink and dunk. He will dink and dunk you down the field until you pay for it with a 6-yard touchdown. Okay? If he does that all season long, he's the MVP candidate in my mind. Not to mention if he dink and dunk you, then now you're going to come up and try to press these receivers. When you press these receivers, now you got to play one-on-one. Now you can take off with a fake zone read, quarterback keeper, all that. So Listen, stop. Don't worry about these big numbers. If it happens, it happens. I'm looking for Cam Newton to be a precision master, accuracy master. I think North Turner is going to put my man in some great positions this year, man. Check him out.
In this team than it does Cam Newton. This is more about North Turner and what he can do than it is Cam Newton. I think he will be extremely good. I think the change that he's made, saying to himself, you know what, I can't be Superman anymore. I can't do it all.
Luck,
helps the team.
Everyone forgot about Andrew Luck last year. And I was leading the charge. Andrew Luck, what about Andrew Luck? And people are sleeping on Cam right now.
All right.
Those two were the two big guys in college. They're in their primes now. Now they're in their primes. Watch what happens.
You hit it big with the NBA. A lot of your big projections were right. We'll see if these predictions work with the NFL.
All right, man. Thank you, guys, for tuning in for another episode of Keep Pounding Underscore TV. Get in the comment section. What do you think about Max and Ryan's debate? I think some of them were accurate. They were fairly accurate. Cam Newton has to change and adapt. But also, Max Kellerman was saying that, he's thinking he's going to put up these big numbers. Hey, I'm not surprised if it happens, but I'm more inclined for Cam Newton to work on precision. As Cam Newton said in the interview a couple of days ago, I study Michael, I study Kobe, and they're older when they got older, and the things they had to do to adjust. So that let me know his mind is in the right set. Will his actions follow? We'll see. Get in the comment section. I want to hear what you think about it. Make sure you subscribe. I'm your host, El Grande Gato, also known as the Big Cat at the Church. Say down! SeatGeek. For all your ticketed events, from sporting to concert outings, SeatGeek has you covered. They even conveniently color-coded each ticket on their website from amazing to worst, so you can easily know which are the best deals. SeatGeek, the smart way to buy. Save $20 off your next ticket purchase with the promo code